bitch. They tried to fucking kill me. I'm not going down without a motherfucking fight.
Bitch be doing fair time. A hoe be doing motherfucking fair time, but hoe a bitch that ain't got shit to lose. Bitch, you hoes have nothing to lose. Bitch, why the fuck would I fuss with a bitch that has nothing to lose? Bitch, you have nothing to lose. Bitch, you have no priorities, no responsibilities. Bitch, no schedule, no routine. Bitch, you have nothing.
What's up? Long time no hear, long time no see. Listen, I was sick for a couple of days. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to y'all. I was actually okay Sunday night. My nose is still a little stopped up, but I was okay Sunday night. Look, we just gonna put it out on the table, right? I was pissed. I was upset. I don't think I've ever been this much into my feelings before about anything. But this whole Gayle King, Snoop Dogg stuff really, really bothers me. It really, really does. Like, I'm talking about out of the shit that we have had discussions about gay, black, but this right here, I just don't understand to this day how a lot of y'all think that it's okay for this woman to be disrespected or think that it's okay to be spoken to like that because she asked a question that y'all didn't like. Okay, let's just listen. Before we get into this, I'm back. I missed y'all. I was sick for a couple of days. I felt myself coming down with something. You know how you get that mucus stuck in your throat? And I was pissed off because Santana came to town on Saturday night. I had every intention of going to see him, but I just was like, girl, I was going to be in the club. Material, girl. Welcome like a dog, sis. Welcome, sis. Girl. So I was like, girl, stay your ass at the house. We're about to get into some things. I was sitting at my house this past weekend, my apartment, and I was thinking to myself, everybody else on this internet has been saying what the fuck they wanted to say and haven't thought twice about it. They didn't give a damn who they offended. They said what they wanted to say. So why the fuck you can't say what the fuck you want to say? Every time I get on here, I try my hardest to be politically correct. Oh, girl, you can't say that. Oh, my God, I almost slipped up and said the wrong thing. Because I try, honestly, as tacky as I am sometimes, I try and think about people's feelings. This is not going to be one of those videos. I suggest that if you are a Oprah stan, a Gayle stan, a Kobe stan, a Snoop stan, a Russell stan, whoever has something to do with this, I suggest that you may want to go ahead and thumbs down, unsub, and go on to another channel, okay? It's a new motherfucking day over here in these streets. I would hope that you would stick around and listen to what I have to say. Because I think a lot of stuff that I have to say is actually the truth. It may be the hard truth. It may be a hard pill for a lot of you to swallow. But I think that it's the truth mixed in with some of my opinion. So I'm going to give y'all a chance to decide what the fuck y'all want to do. Because I'm about to start talking in a couple of seconds. What y'all been up to? How the kids doing? How the kids doing? How your man doing? How your side nigga doing? How your side bitch doing? Because some of y'all living in Whitney Houston lives. Some of y'all really living them Whitney lives. I mean the Whitney Houston lives, girl. Quiet as it's kept, okay? Yes, ma'am. How your side nigga doing? Tell him I said what's up. Okay? Okay, girl. Yes, ma'am. All right, so here we go. So like I said, I've been in my feelings. I just been in my feelings because I just don't understand how people think that it's acceptable for Snoop Dogg to speak to Gayle King the way that he spoke to her. I think it is fucking unacceptable. And I don't give a damn what nobody got to say. If any man spoke to a woman, or if any man spoke to another man and said, "You funky dog head bitch, punk motherfucker, back off bitch before we come and get you," you mean to tell me that if a man told you that you would just be okay with it? Well, I mean, I did say something I had no business saying, or I did say something that was insensitive, that some people said was insensitive at the time. It's unacceptable, period. I don't know no man who would be okay. I refuse to believe that if a man told Snoop Dogg's wife that, or his daughter, he would be okay with it. I just refuse to believe it. And I refuse to believe, and if y'all got a nigga who would be okay with another nigga telling you some shit like that, bitch, you need a new nigga. Okay? It's unacceptable. And Gayle King is a better bitch than I could ever be. Because I'm going to tell you straight up, if that would have been me, I would have picked up that phone. I would have called those cops. I would have put my best white woman voice on, and I would have let them motherfuckers know that it was a nigga who was charged with murder in 1993, who had just threatened me and said he was going to come and get me. And I need you to go see about him before he comes sees about me. Period. End the fucking conversation. Who the fuck is Snoop Dogg to be thinking he the head nigga in charge where he can get online and threaten people when at that wasn't no threat? Okay, well, let somebody tell you the same thing and then tell me how you take it. Let me know how your husband takes it when he find out a nigga just called you a funky dog head bitch. Punk motherfucker, back off before we come and get you. Let me know how he takes it. And if he's all right with another man speaking to you, baby, you need a whole new husband. Because he ain't the one. Now let's get into Oprah. Listen, Oprah. I think, with everything that's being said, I think it is a legitimate question for people to be asking you why you ain't said shit about Harvey Weinstein. Because quiet as it's kept, I want to know too. I want to know, why is it that with everything that's going on, why haven't you said anything about Harvey Weinstein? And I already told y'all this a few times. Oprah knew. Oprah knew that Harvey Weinstein, what time is it? Oprah knew, okay, I got enough time. Oprah knew that Harvey Weinstein was up in Hollywood raping and sexually assaulting women. She knew, she heard the stories. You're not going to convince me that Oprah, one of the most powerful women, the gatekeeper of Hollywood, hadn't heard no stories of Harvey Weinstein stealing pussy. You're just not going to get me to believe it. It ain't no different than us when we hear stories at our job about Susan or Keisha going to HR over for whatever reason, or David went to HR. We've all heard stories. Just because you hear something doesn't mean that it's true. However, I just don't believe that her and anybody else in Hollywood, if you just want to be honest about it, everybody in Hollywood has heard stories of Harvey Weinstein. Some people, they probably just, well, girl, I'm just trying to get my gigs, get my acting gigs, feed my family and go on by their business. Okay, whatever. Sometimes that's how people think. I can get with that. But the Oprahs and shit, she knew. Oprah, girl, you knew, girl. I want to know. I think that Snoop raised a good question. I think that Oprah had a spiritual advisor who now was in prison for like almost 20 years, I think, for sexual assault. Like, why haven't you spoken about him? So some of these things that y'all are bringing up, that Snoop brought up, I actually can get behind. The only thing I can think of is maybe Oprah and Harvey are friends. Maybe they friends. And I think that sometimes for a lot of us, when our friends are in some shit, I think that once we see our friends, I'll give you an example, like Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj's brother is a rapist. He's been sentenced to, I think, 25 years in prison. I I think it may be a hard pill for Nicki Minaj to swallow that her brother was out here raping girls or raped a little girl. I don't know if it's one or multiple, but he's a rapist at the end of the day. I think that may be a hard pill for anybody to swallow, that I have to now look at this person who I've never looked at before as a rapist. So it may be something hard. I don't know, if Oprah is friends with Harvey, that may be what it is. I think it got to do more so with the simple fact that, bitch, Harvey got the power, I got the power. I think it got something to do more with power than anything. It's also a possibility that Oprah could look at it like, well, shit, I'm not worried about that white man. Let them white people worry about that white man. I'm worried about the niggas in my community that have been destroying little black girls' lives and black women's lives. That's who I'm worried about. And quiet as it's kept, girl. Quiet as it's kept. That's going to be the name of this video, Quiet as it's kept, okay? Quiet as it's kept, girl. If she had a vendetta out, if she had something out against black men, again, I wouldn't blame her. When you really think about Oprah's life, her life has been, she's been violated and disrespected from a little girl up until now. So if she said, bitch, I'm going to go out and get every black man who's ever violated a woman, it may be a personal thing. It might be. But can you blame her? When you really think about it, Oprah has been raped, violated, disrespected since a little girl. So if she said, bitch, I'm going to get every nigga who ever touched a black woman, girl, go ahead. Go in, girl. Go in. The interview. I think that y'all are not, I think that you're doing yourself a disservice if you do not watch that interview. I think that most people built their opinion off of that clip that surfaced on the internet when Gayle asked Lisa Leslie the question about, do you think that his legacy will be tainted from his past, that rape allegation thing. When I said, girl, go watch the interview. So I went and watched the interview. It's only like 6 minutes long. Y'all, the interview is really a very positive interview. And what I got from it, of course, some of y'all gonna get something different. What I got from it was Gayle got with one of Kobe's closest friends, and they had a discussion about Kobe's life and his legacy and what should be the expectation going forward. And I think Lisa Leslie did an excellent job of communicating what she felt needed to be communicated. I think that Lisa Leslie was not blindsided. I think that she knew exactly what the interview was going to be about. I think she knew that question was going to come up. I also think that, Gayle, you were trying to get your R. Kelly moment again. I think that if you're going to be a journalist, you need to stand in your shit. You ask the fucking question. I can kind of see where you coming from with the whole CBS use that clip as clickbait to get the people riled up. I can get with that now that I've seen the interview. However, with that being said, you still ask the goddamn question. You see what I'm saying? I think you need to stand in your shit. But then I look at it also like I think it's kind of hard when you start receiving death threats. Let me tell y'all something right now. Ain't no way in hell you have to be a sad, lost, confused, just have no you just have to be a lost soul for you to sit at home or sit in your cubicle or sit at the store or sit at the food court and to issue a threat to someone because you don't like that she asked the question. You, my dear, need to be in jail, because if that's all it takes for someone to receive a death threat, you don't need to be walking around freely. You just don't. You're a danger to society. You need to be locked up. Whoever issued a death threat, they need to find your ass and put your ass behind bars. So you can think about what the fuck you did. I can get if somebody violated you or somebody violated your daughter, your nieces, your sons, some shit like that, then bitch, okay, everybody gonna get it. But you mad because Gayle asked the question. That's why y'all issuing death threats. How many of y'all went to Kobe Bryant's funeral? How many? Because they say Vanessa had a private ceremony the other day. I want to know how many of y'all went. Y'all doing this all over somebody who y'all don't know. Somebody who y'all will never be around. Vanessa is about to go on with her life, with her 3 daughters and her millions of dollars, and y'all will never be in the same room as Vanessa Bryant, period. So y'all need to calm down with those issues, those death threats and shit. Couldn't have been me. Because, bitch, it would have been on and popping. I would have been trying to get everybody. Bitch, find the search engines, all that shit. Find what computer they coming from. I want them hoes in jail. Couldn't have been Gayle. And Oprah couldn't have been my best friend because, bitch, I would have been out for fucking blood. I think that people need to start being honest. No, I don't think that you have to bring up Kobe Bryant's past whenever you speak about him. I think that you can speak about Kobe Bryant and not have to mention the rape allegation. However, I think that people need to realize that if a movie is made about Kobe Bryant, if a book is written about Kobe Bryant, that rape allegation from 2003 or whatever year it was, it will be in the story. It will be told, period. End the conversation. I know that a lot of people don't want that to be discussed, but that's just not even realistic. It's just not. It's just not. It's just not. I think that people need to stop. I feel like y'all are disrespecting Kobe more than anybody whenever y'all start comparing Kobe Bryant to Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby is where he deserves to be. Bill Cosby was out here raping multiple women, okay? And drugging. Bill Cosby was out here raping multiple women and drugging multiple women. One of them was Beverly Johnson, right? So for y'all to even put Bill Cosby and Kobe Bryant's name in the same sentence, I think is disrespectful. Do I think that Kobe raped that girl? I don't know. I don't think he did, honestly. I'm going to be honest. I don't think he did. I didn't follow the case. I could be wrong. But I'm leaning more to him not raping that girl than leaning to him raping that girl. However, again, I don't know. Do I think that Bill Cosby raped those women? I absolutely do. Do I think R. Kelly raped those little girls and women? I fucking do. I think they are where they need to be. Now, when it comes to Kobe Bryant and Michael Jackson and Russell Simmons, I don't know. Kobe Bryant, I'm thinking no. Russell Simmons, I don't know. Michael Jackson, I don't know. Okay? That doesn't mean yes, that doesn't mean no, I just don't know. I think that people need to start placing the blame where the blame should go. I'm tired of people saying that Gayle is trying to tarnish Kobe Bryant's legacy. May he rest in peace. I hope his daughters are going to be as fine as they can be. I hope his wife is going to be as fine as he can be. But Kobe Bryant had a hand in the tarnishing of his legacy when he decided to step outside of his marriage, cheat on his wife. This wouldn't have happened. That circus wouldn't have happened if Kobe Bryant would have honored his wife and not cheated on her, period. Sometimes that doesn't happen when you cheat on your wife with a white girl. Maybe that was God's way. Y'all say God work in mysterious ways. Maybe that was God's way of telling Kobe, you took those vows in front of me, so you need to honor your wife, so let me bring you back down. I don't know. I think that people need to realize, like Snoop Dogg. You really think that people gonna make a story about Snoop Dogg and they not put in that murder charge? He was acquitted from 93 to 96. I think the murder charge happened in 93. I think he was acquitted in 96. You don't think that's going to be a Snoop Dogg story? You don't think the fact that Dr. Dre beat the dog fuck out of D. Barnes and Michelle A., you don't think that's going to be in his story? So I think that sometimes people need to realize that, yes, there may be a time and a place for certain discussions, right? There may be a time and a place for a lot of things. With that being said, sometimes we have a hand in the story that's going to be put out there. We can't never say Barack Obama cheated on Michelle or did some shit he ain't had no business doing, because we know the only dirt that they could find on Barack Obama was the fact that he wore a tan suit. Period. Sometimes we can control a lot of things that happen in our life. Sometimes we can't. Cheating on your wife, that's something you can control. Putting your hands on a woman, that's something you can't control. Right? Sending death threats to people, that's some shit that you can't control. Getting online and calling someone a funky dog head bitch, punk motherfucker, watch out before we back off before we come and get you, that's something that he could have controlled. Russell Simmons. Baby, Russell Simmons was 35 and Kimora Lee was 17 when they started dating. I'm not saying that makes you a sexual assaulter. I'm not saying that means that those women who came forward about sexual assault at the hands of Russell Simmons are telling the truth. However, we all have to be honest and say that it looks fucking iffy and crazy that you have a 35-year-old man, out of all the bitches he can fuck with, he chooses a 17-year-old girl. Now, from what I read also, the legal age, or at the time, the legal age of consent in New York was 17. So legally Russell was okay, but that just lets you know that he was probably waiting around in the motherfucking cut, waiting for the bitch to turn 17. Okay? Just like goddamn Jay-Z. All of them. I remember Amanda Seales came out and said that Russell Simmons, they had a meeting and Russell Simmons' first words were, "Did we fuck?" Now that does not make him a sexual assaulter, right? It doesn't. However, it just looks crazy. It looks weird. It makes me side-eye you. It makes me side-eye Michael Jackson, that a grown-ass man was not in some type of mentorship or a boys and girls club, and he decided that his best friends, out of all the people in the world, his best friends were going to be little white boys. I think that's weird as fuck. I think that's weird that you're having sleepovers with little boys. And I think that anybody with a little bit of sense would agree to that too. It's not like those boys were his cousins or his little brothers or his nephews. You went out and befriended two little white boys and had sleepovers with them. And now you all want somebody to think that something was iffy about the situation? No. Something is iffy about the situation. I'm not saying he raped those little boys, but what I am saying, something don't smell right. Gayle being disrespectful to Kobe's legacy. Gayle, you embarrassing that woman. Look, we gonna stop lying. Vanessa's most humiliating moment was probably the day she had to sit at that press conference with her husband who cheated on her, and she had to sit there and put on a brave face even though there was a rape allegation coming forward. That was probably her most embarrassing moment. It was not when Gayle asked Lisa Leslie a question. A real question. A legitimate question. One of her most disrespectful moments was probably when Drake made that song about her almost taking half of Kobe money when she was about to leave his ass. Lisa Leslie was drop dead gorgeous. I don't know what that bitch putting on her skin or what she eating or what she drinking. Probably just water. Let me drink some more water, bitch. Let me get my skin like Lisa Leslie, bitch. Hold up. I'm trying to get my skin like Lisa's. But yeah, that was probably one of the most embarrassing, disrespectful moments. I think that we have a weird way. Okay, I get it, because I used to be the same way with Beyonce and Aaliyah. I guess because I'm no longer that way when I see people. Like, okay, my brother-in-law and my sister, their wedding date was August the 24th, okay? He loves Kobe Bryant to pieces. So I get that we are, I love Wendy to pieces too, right? Y'all already know how I feel about Wendy Williams. I love Wendy Williams. That's who I look up to as far as, media. I love Angela Rye. I love Will Smith. I love Jada Pinkett Smith. With that being said, especially my love for Wendy Williams, I'm not, as much as y'all crack jokes and as much as see people going off on Wendy Williams when she say some shit that y'all feel like she ain't got no business saying, I ain't ever got online and threatened nobody's life. That shit is weird as fuck to me. I don't give a fuck about these celebrities that much. I just don't. Period. Bitch, I got my own mama. I got my own grandmama. I got nieces. I got sisters and brothers. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time to be on here threatening somebody's life over somebody who I don't even fucking know. And truth of the matter is, we'll probably never even meet. And if I did meet him, it would probably be a, hey, how you doing? Hey, Wendy, I love you. All right, bye, girl. And she gonna go about her business. And she gonna forget about me. What else? Y'all comparing Kobe Bryant to Emmett Till. I don't understand. Emmett Till was a little boy who was murdered because a white bitch told a goddamn lie. And we know she told a lie because she said she told a lie. Kobe Bryant was a grown-ass man who made the wrong decision to step outside of his marriage and cheat on his wife with a white bitch who yelled rape. And to this day, we don't know if it was true or not. A lot of people, including myself, think that he was innocent. However, we don't know. The case was dismissed because, from what I understand, the girl chose not to testify because I think her information started to get leaked, like her name, her address, all of that stuff. So she decided to not testify, so the case was dismissed. But I do not think that is the same thing as a little black boy walking down the street minding his business and a white bitch telling a goddamn lie on him and him being murdered. No, baby, then that is apples to oranges in my eyes. What else? I think that's all I got to say. Again, if you haven't watched the interview, I just feel like you're doing yourself an injustice. I don't think that you can really... I think that sometimes when we watch these shows, we don't... when we see these interviews or we hear these clips, we don't take... we don't get the full picture. And I think that when we watch the interviews or, the Breakfast Club interviews, whatever it may be, wherever it may come from, sometimes we have a better understanding. I don't think Gayle did nothing wrong. Now, that's one thing I will change my mind on. The last video, I was like, why is this bitch asking this question? Why is she doing this? Why is she doing that? Now, once I see the whole interview, I don't think she did anything wrong. I don't. I think the only wrong thing she did was when she came backpedaling and pussy pop trying to explain to people what was going on. Which then I think I can kind of understand that because at that moment, the bitch was receiving death threats. You see what I'm saying? But other than that, I don't think that interview was distasteful. I think that it honored his legacy. I think that she asked a question that needed to be asked. I think Lisa Leslie was there to basically say, stop talking about my friend, even though I don't think that's realistic. Like I say, if they make a movie or write a book about Kobe Bryant tomorrow, that will be in that book. That will be in that movie theater. That will be on that Lifetime movie. It's going to be in there. And I know that y'all don't like it, but it is what it is. I done said what I had to say. I'm done with this. Y'all said what the fuck y'all had to say. All right. Bye, y'all.